Today we've been joined by a very special guest. He is a prized product of Isipatana College, Colombo, winner of the 2014 Sirasa Platinum Awards as the best rugby player in the country, the school rugby player. And of course, he is the current national skipper of Sri Lanka. He is none other than Omalka Gunaratne. Thank you very much, Omalka, for accepting my invitation to feature on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to me. It's a very well-known fact that your parents have played a huge part in terms of making you a successful rugby player. Do you remember the first day that you went for a practice?
So yeah, back in 2006, I think I was in grade 5. My father is from Trincomalee and he's a die-hard fan of Isipatana. So one day, he had a dream, one day I should play for Isipatana College. So that was my starting point to play rugby for Isipatana, and I started from grade 12, so played till first 15.
Do you remember the coaches who kind of helped you to get to this level from the day that you stepped into the rugby arena?
So I should say my first coach was Krishan Niroshan Vettasinga. He was my first rugby coach from under 12. So he helped me a lot till under 16. Then I had a coach, Sushara Bandara. And then in under 18 to first 15, had few coaches. So starting from Shamli Nawaz, then Bandula Mallikarachchi. Then in 2014, our winning triple champions here, Anuranga Walpola, Nilfi Ibrahim and Dinesh Kumar. And same coaches in my year also, my captaincy year in 2015. Trainer was Navinda Dayan and coach was Nilfi Ibrahim and Anuranga Walpola.
Talk to me, Omalka, as a rugby player, what is your routine is like?
So these days it's a different routine. So when it comes to the season and off season, normally we have training. When I was in SIA, we had training around 5:30 in the morning. Then again 5:30 in the evening. So that's the normal routine. And during the day, I used to study. And now these days I don't have anything. So that was the normal routine for a rugby player.
So it looks like you are a morning person, aren't you?
Every day morning person.
What time you usually go to bed at night?
I go to bed around 10:30, 11 these days. But back in the day, after training, when I come home, I used to sleep around 9:30, 10. So next day I have to wake up again 5:30, 5:45. Yeah.
Is there anything that you do apart from playing?
So I used to do my studies. So I did my degree and finished it off. And these days I am trying to, with the situation, I'm trying to learn about strength and conditioning. So I am doing level 1 strength and conditioning course. So these days, those are the normal things.
Talking from a rugby perspective, Sri Lanka is currently ranked 47th in the world rankings. As an individual, as a skipper of Sri Lanka national team, what is your understanding in terms of statistics? And what do you think that Sri Lanka should do to improve in terms of rankings?
So when it comes to Sri Lanka rugby, normally we have lots of 7's tournaments. So we are really good in 7's. So I have played both formats. So when it comes to 15's, when I started in 2016 till now, we had only one tour for the whole year. So I think we need to play more 15's tournaments. So then we can improve our and maintaining one squad, and we need to train together like a good off season and then prepare for a good tour. So now the circle is like we play the club season and then we are moving into the tour. So I think it's bit close because we play for different clubs, and we are coming to one squad, and we need to gel ourselves and know each other and what we are doing and all. So to build the understanding and build a good team culture. So I think we need to play more tours, and we need to stick stick to one squad, and we need to build that squad to more tournaments. So when it comes to sevens, we have a real chance to qualify for the World Series, because the speed and the skill level we have in the Asia circuit is massive, because we have the talent and we have the speed and everything. So we are doing really well in the 7th circuit, but if we push more, I think we can definitely qualify for the World Series.
Realistically, there's no better person than asking this question, the skipper of the Sri Lanka national rugby team. What is the realistic number? 47 right now in terms of rankings. Where are we seeing Sri Lanka heading towards in the future?
So if we have a great plan and a great, like I said, from next year, if the union is in a good plan, and if we get the support from the government, because we have the minister who played rugby. So I think next year we will have something really good for rugby as well, because LPL was a good start for next year. I think we will have a good start for next year, and hope we can put up the ranking next year, playing here in Sri Lanka, performing well in the tournament. So if we have a good plan, like I said, good squad, and if we can train few months together, definitely we will have a chance to go up in the rankings.
You spoke about we need to play a lot of matches for us to improve as a team in the future. What is that stopping? Obviously, from the players' perspective, it is not your responsibility to organize tours. Based on your understanding, what is that stopping us from organizing more and more tours and competitive rugby in the?
So when it comes to funding, we need more sponsors. I think for the union, we need lots of money and sponsors to manage two squads. So from the way we are performing when it comes to 15s and 7s, we perform really well when it comes to 15s, that the tour we go. And when it comes to 7s, I think the potential is there always. So the more focus and more funding goes to 7s, because we are performing really well, because we have lots of tournaments. So if we have more sponsors and more funds, then definitely the union will invest for more tours for the 15th players as well. So then we can have a separate 7th squad and a separate 15th squad to go forward. Definitely, we also have a huge responsibility when it comes to when we are in the ground. So if we are getting more sponsors, we need to put our 100% inside the ground. Then we can give the return what the sponsors need. So like I said, like the union and the sponsors, and we also have a huge responsibility. So we need to give ourselves. I think we need to give more. We need to give more and perform really well. Then we can keep those the sponsors and go forward.
One point that came to my mind was that you said for us to improve our rankings in the world stages, we should be playing more competitions. In addition to that, one alternative that I was thinking was prior to 2015, in the interclub rugby season, we had overseas players, playing for clubs. What is that edge that they provide to a team, a youngster who is playing in the local club?
When we play around them, we learn a lot, and we know what's the standard in international level. When we are in the grounds and we contact, when we tackle, and when we do those stuff, we know what is the condition we need to be if we want to perform in international level. So when we play inside Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka players, we don't know that. When we go on a tour, suddenly we know what the standard is. If the foreign players are playing with us in the club league, it will be a great exposure and a great experience to witness and to feel what's the body condition level and what the standard we need to be if we want to perform in international level.
Do you support the fact of allowing foreign players to take part in the inter-club rugby tournaments in Sri Lanka?
Yes, definitely.
In the year 2014, you won the Sirasa Platinum Awards Best Rugby Player of the Year. What are your memories about it?
So 2014, I think 2014 year was my the turning point of my career, because I think I started my career in 2013 in first 15 rugby for Isipatana. Then the best year was 2014 because I played really well and it was my year. So you can see in the YouTube videos I was really nervous, and when I heard my name, I got I was really surprised because I knew I gave my 100% for the team that year, and I scored so many tries, and we won everything in that year. So it was an unforgettable memory for me, and I can't put it into words. And the best part was my parents were happy and they were in tears. So that was the best part to see when parents are in tears of happiness because of me. That's the best part I think a rugby player can achieve.
Obviously, nothing more than the satisfaction that you could give your parents when you reach the highs. Talking about the transition from school rugby player to the national squad, how was it?
So from 2013, I was playing for junior tours for Sri Lanka, and 2014, 15, and I captained the under-19 side as well. So as soon as I finished my career in school, I got the chance to play for the national team next year. So I got selected for the both formats, 7's and 15. So it was massive, and it was really great. So since then I gave everything for rugby, and it was my passion, and it was my life. So why I am here today? Because of rugby.
You represented Sri Lanka after school. Can you tell me the sequence of events that kind of occurred prior to you being selected to play for Sri Lanka? Did somebody give you a call, or how did you get to know that you have been selected to play for Sri Lanka?
I think I remember after we finished the under-19 national tour, we came to Sri Lanka, and I think I was added to a WhatsApp group. The whole squad was there, and when I saw the phone, I was really surprised. Then I got a call from the Sri Lanka manager saying that we are going to start training, come for practices. So that's the thing. So in that moment, we are in the squad. So again, they are when we have a tour, they are selecting 12. When it comes to 7's, they are selecting 12 players, or 15s, 25 players. So selecting from that, again, selecting for a tour also, big thing. So I remember first it was in race course when I selected for the 15s tour. I think I called my coaches and my father and my mother, everyone staying at that night in race course. So I still remember.
I know there's no other proud moment than representing your country, obviously. Talking about club rugby in Sri Lanka, based on your understanding, how does a player is being recruited to a
So I think more than the club season, people are watching the school season. It's really demanding. So I think I have seen from my days we had massive crowds when it comes to school rugby. So everyone's, when we play, every club members and everyone comes for their school matches. So when we perform, when we get out from school, and when it comes to the end of the season, we get calls from club players or club managers or club members to come here, come there, and all. So then the offers are different. So I don't know about those things. So they are talking about the offers and everything, the salaries and everything. So then the player decide which club he wants to play, and if he can perform going to a club, then I think for a player in the first season, he should go and play for a club and perform really well. Then from the second year, he will get more opportunities, because he is after the school level and the club level is, for me, it's really different. So we are going as school boys, then we are meeting different players from different ages, and the experience is different. So I think if you want to perform really well in the club season, you should play your first season really well. Then you can develop your career in club.
Are the funds provided to a professional rugby player when they start playing for clubs are sufficient enough for them to, get their life going during that period of time?
Yeah, definitely. In different ways of paying, because players get lump sums and all. So in different clubs, the things are different. So then they get an offer and their salary. Some clubs find themselves jobs and everything. So members help the players. So that's the culture around clubs.
For an individual who is playing rugby, what is the peak age?
I think if you are training really well, and if you are keeping yourself really fit, so when I think 20 to 30, a player's peak age is, I think, 30, because he has lots of experience from age 20 to 30, and he has been playing lots of rugby. But if you can keep really fit till 30, then then even you can play 36 or 37 if you are injury free, because with your experience and all, you know the game really well, and you can understand the players really well. So if you can stay till 30, keeping yourself really fit, I think 30 to 35, 34, 36, I think that's your really peak age.
Talking about club rugby in Sri Lanka, Kandy Sports Club has been the most successful and dominant club over the years. You played for CRNFC. Next year you are planning on playing for CHNFC. You have already signed up. What is that giving the edge for Kandy Sports Club to be the best team in the club circuit in Sri Lanka?
I think they have a really good culture inside the team. I'm not saying that other teams doesn't have, but when it comes to talent-wise and experience-wise, everything, they have a really good culture inside the team. I think that's their winning secret when it comes to rugby. But there were teams in last year that played really well and close to Kandy, and if you have a really good culture, any team can be beatable. So you should build the culture inside your team. So then you can be the best.
So what's the biggest motivating factor? What does that force a fire in you prior to going into a match?
I think when I'm in the ground, I give my everything. So if you are giving everything, always you can prove something. So I think as players, when we are in the ground, you should give yourself, you should die inside the ground. So that's the mentality you should have when it comes to rugby, because when you are coming out from the ground, you have to be, you know, really, I think, really exhausted, you know. So that means you have given your everything inside the ground. So when it comes to me, I give my heart out when I'm in the ground. So I will give my 1000% for the team I am playing.
Based on your view, who is the greatest ever rugby player produced by Sri Lanka?
I think till now Fasil Marija, and I think Fasil Ayya did everything for Sri Lanka rugby, because I have played with him, and I played his last tournament also, and I have seen what kind of player he is. Rugby was his life always, and he gave everything. And then Srinath Surya Bandar from my school, he's one of the best 7's players that Sri Lanka has produced. So those are the two players, like veterans.
Sri Lanka Rugby Federation is the governing body for rugby in Sri Lanka. As a national skipper, are you satisfied with the support that has been provided to you by them?
So yes, we get, when we have tours, we get the support we need. But I think with this situation and all, when again next year when we start rugby, I think rugby union will give us more support than they gave past few years, because we are coming from a different situation this time. So I think I hope they have a good plan for next year to, you know, develop players and look after us. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Talk to me about, you know, your goals Omalka in the next 5 years rugby player.
So in rugby, last year I achieved my best. I think it was a dream to captain Sri Lanka in the age of 23. So it was a great experience, and dream came true for me. And I captained Sia as well in the same year. So in future, I want to play few more years in Sri Lanka and for Sri Lanka rugby. Then I have I always had this thought to, you know, be a good coach in strength and conditioning, and for rugby as well. So I might start helping the youngsters in future. So those are the plans for me, because I'm a guy who, you know, I don't have big dreams, but I live the day, you know, and the small things I achieve, those are big things for me. So that's it for now. Yeah.
You have the tournaments coming in. The Sri Lanka Rugby Federation has announced it.
Next year we will have 6 tournaments in Sri Lanka. So in playing in Sri Lanka is a different feeling. So looking forward to next year, and we saw the fixtures came up for 2021. So we'll see. We'll have 6 tournaments next year in Sri Lanka, I think at Racecourse. So the 15s tour and 7s and under 19 and women's, men's, everything is coming. So looking forward to that, and I hope the tournament will go with the current situation, and looking forward to playing Sri Lanka.
There you go. Exciting days ahead for Sri Lanka rugby. You heard it from the skipper of the Sri Lanka national rugby. Thank you very much, Omalka, for accepting my invitation. I enjoyed this time with you, and I'm very sure that the audience would have gained a lot of knowledge about Sri Lanka rugby and as an individual about you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.